So obviously, any reports like this are taken incredibly seriously, and of course, we've issued and administered, about 350,000 AstraZeneca vaccines across Humber Coast and Vale. So we're using a lot of this vaccine, and I think nationally, it's over 11 million AstraZeneca vaccines have now been given to people, and I think the key message here from the MHRA, which is the regulatory agency for the safety of medicines in the UK, is that these vaccines are safe. We are the issue that's been raised across the continent is the concern that they increase the risk of blood clots forming, and these are a common condition that we see anytime, not just during pandemics, that we see people developing blood clots all the time. And the key message is that despite the 11 million vaccines, we've not seen an increase in the number of blood clots that we've seen in the UK. And therefore, the conclusion is that the vaccine is not increasing the number of blood clots that we're seeing. And therefore, the message is that please continue to come and have your vaccine. It is safe. And we will continue to administer that vaccine to anybody who would like to come and have it.
Thank you. Sharon, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I would agree completely with what Mike has just said. I mean, my understanding is the authorities in Europe have chosen to look into the data in more detail. They've paused the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine while they're looking at that. But all of the authorities have looked at this in the UK. We've looked again at the data, and the advice is absolutely crystal clear, as Mike has outlined. The AstraZeneca vaccine is safe to use. There isn't any reason why anybody should be anxious about that, and we will be continuing to use the vaccine safely as we have been in the UK.
Yeah, so I think these questions are really important to answer. So I think side effects from a vaccine are like side effects from any medicine. So they definitely happen. People do get them, and we shouldn't be worried about that. I think, particularly with these vaccines, we're seeing some common side effects, aching of an arm, maybe feeling slightly tired, maybe a headache, maybe a fever, and that fever may last for a few days, and that's entirely expected, and it can be combated very easily. Maybe just taking some paracetamol, drinking plenty of fluids, and just giving things time to settle. So we absolutely expect that, and if you do get that, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get your second vaccine. It means you absolutely should get it. They're not a reaction that we would worry about, and we would expect that to be it's normal. It maybe even give us a suggestion that the vaccine's working. So I think don't worry about that. If, however, symptoms persist for a week or longer, then I think that probably is time to seek some advice, maybe through 111 primarily, or even your GP practice. So I think that's the sort of thing to be concerned about. Obviously, we had heard in the media about more serious effects, allergic type reactions, and I can reassure everybody watching that, having been involved with a centre that's delivered almost 100,000 vaccines, we're just not seeing the incidence of those serious reactions as we were perhaps led to believe we would. I think we've had one or two at Ascombar, neither of which were serious, both of which were managed very easily. And so I'd just like to reassure people that we're not seeing those side effects. And if the question is, should I get my second dose? The answer is absolutely yes.